Good morning, boys. This is Mr. Mazen from grade 7. Today we are going to talk about the exam, and we will have identify some parts of the exam paper, and we will deal with some questions that some students have problem with it, and we will have some examples. First of all, let's go to part 1, which is reading. You will have a paragraph or a small text. Be careful, don't waste your time. If you are a fast reader, you can read the text before you start reading the questions, or you can read the questions and start looking for the answer. But it is very important to read the questions carefully. You will have an example. This is an example of a reading text. It will be like this size here. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs, and it will be suitable for your level. So read it carefully, read the questions, and look for the answers. You will have a multiple choice questions. You will have different kinds of questions, and most of them are multiple choice questions. Questions with 4 choices. You read the choices, don't read only the first choice or the second choice. If you decided that C is the correct answer, it's okay to look at A and B and D and check with them. Maybe if you read A, you will change your mind and you will choose A as the correct answer. So try to read the 4 choices. Read the question first, then the first 4 choices. Go back to the text and find the answer, then put your answer here. A, B, or C, or D. We'll have questions like, what is the smallest species of hummingbird? The question is what. Here the question is where, so he's asking you for a place. Or the same, you look for the choices, A, B, C, D, and you go back to the text and find the answer. We will have many questions like that. Then you will have another kind of questions that you have to write some information here. Like this example here, what do hummingbirds use their feet for? The answer is from the text. So you go back to the text and get the answer and write it down here. There is no choices here. You have to write your answer here. You will have multiple choice questions for each reading text, and maybe 2 or 3 questions like that. Okay, then you will have another reading text, which is the same size maybe, or a little bit bigger or smaller. And you pay attention to words like bold, like this one, the underlined one, because you will have a question for that word. So pay attention to it and try to understand the meaning of the word. If you don't know the meaning of the word, try to guess from the sentence. Read the whole sentence and guess what does this word mean, because you will need it later on in the questions. Again, you will have multiple choice questions, A, B, C, D. Again, you have to read the question. What is the main purpose of the second paragraph? These questions, we see it many times in the exams. Main purpose. What is the main purpose of the second paragraph? Be careful. Here, the main purpose of the second paragraph. So you have to go back to the second paragraph and see what is the main purpose. What is the paragraph is talking about? If the question is what is the main purpose of the text, so you need to read the whole text and decide what is the text about. What is the main purpose? Why or what is the main purpose of the text? Do you remember when I told you pay attention to words like underlined words like here? Because you will have a question on it, like this one here, you see? What is the meaning of the underlined word vibration? This is vibration here in the text. So what does it mean? Does it mean blowing or reading or shaking or drawing? If you know the meaning of vibration, it's easy to answer. But if you don't know the meaning of vibration, don't give up. Go to the text and try to guess what does it mean, vibration. Be careful, you will not have the same questions in the exam. These are examples, samples, but you will not have the same questions. Okay. Again, we will have questions like that you have to write your answer here. You get it from the text. Then you will go to part 2 in the exam, which is use of language, grammar, things like that. Grammar and vocabulary. So you will have questions. If you study well at home, or you pay attention to your teachers in the classroom, then these questions will be easy to you. Okay, like this one here. Ahmed blank read books when he was 5 years old. So you need to choose. Ahmed was read books. Ahmed could read books when he was 5 years old. Ahmed managed read books when he was 5 years old. Ahmed is able to when he was 5 years old. So you choose the right answer. The right answer here is, I can tell you, it's was. Ahmed could read books when he was 5 years old, because was doesn't go here. Managed is not suitable here, and is able to read books when he was 5 years old is also cannot be put here, because we are talking about past time, when he was 5 years old. So could is the suitable answer. So pay attention to these questions, grammar questions, study at home on the grammar lessons to be able to answer these questions in the exam. Also, like, these are also another grammar questions, like Layla, her friend Fatima last week. So when I have last week, I know which grammar lesson is that, which is past. So I cannot choose is visiting. I cannot choose visits. I cannot choose will visit. So I have to choose the past one, which is visited. Again, another vocabulary question here. Blank, a day keeps the doctor away. If you hear this proverb before, it's easy to answer. A orange, a day. A apple, an apple, the apple. The apple a day. It is an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I cannot say a orange or a apples. And I'm not talking about a specific apple, so I don't have to say the apple a day. I'm talking an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So be careful with these questions. Study well at home. You will be able to answer these questions, inshallah. Again, we will have another questions like this one. If you know the vocabulary that you learned with the teacher in the classroom and use your own bank of vocabulary, you will be able to answer these questions. Nada always gives present to her friends. She is a girl. Active girl, kind girl, generous girl, lazy girl. I can use any of them, but here Nada always gives a present, so that means she is generous. She gives more. Also here, number 12, I take care of people I want to be in the future. I take care of people I want to be. So who takes care of people? The artist, or the firefighter, or the scientist, or the doctor? I think the answer is doctors. Then we have another part of the exam, which is writing. Writing, we have two parts in writing. The first part is multiple choice questions. So my father is like this example here, writing strategies. My father is a careful driver. He drives careful, careless, carefully, careful. He is a careful driver, so he drives carefully. We need to have an adverb here. And you will have such questions like that about spelling. So pay attention to spelling words. When you study at home, pay attention to spelling, because you will have such questions like that in the exam. Like this one here, which word is spelled correctly? So which one is correct here? Selfish, 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 selfish. If you know the answer, you will do it quickly. If you don't, then you have to choose just like that, without any and the possibility for being wrong will be more. So which one here is spelled correctly? Is selfish. This is selfish. Okay. The other part in this exam, which is writing prompt, that you have to write paragraph, read the question carefully, like this one here. Part 2, in this section you will be respond to one writing prompt. So there will be only one writing prompt, which means that you will write only one on one topic. You will not have two writing prompts, only one. This example here is describing your best friend. Most of the times we put helping phrases and words, sometimes sentences, to help you in writing. So try to use these words in your writing to write your text or your paragraph. In this question here says you have to write 6 to 7 complete sentences in English. So don't write 2 sentences or 3 sentences, because you will not get the full mark. So you have to write between 6 to 7 complete sentences here. In the real exam, inshallah, next week, read the question. If the question says write 7 to 8 sentences, then you have to write 7 to 8 sentences. And write and read carefully what is the topic of the question. Describe your best friend. So don't talk about your something else. And use these. Some students, unfortunately, they just copy the question and put it down in the blank, which is absolutely wrong. You cannot do that. The teachers read every single word that you write. So be careful, write as much as you can. Some students, they don't write anything at all. Please, don't keep this part of the exam empty. This is a very important one, and maybe 6 or 7 marks will be on this part. So don't lose this part here. At least you have to write sentences. If you cannot write paragraph, you can write sentences, but don't leave it blank. Finally, I wish you success in the exam, and I hope you study well at home, and be careful. We don't have a lift for success. You have to use the stairs. That means you need to work hard. Don't depend on something else. Depend on yourself. Study well. Be self-confident. Ask the teachers if you have any questions. Your exam will be on Monday, so on Sunday, if you have any questions, go to your teacher and ask him about the question. So, inshallah, you will do well in the exam, and I wish you the best. Thank you very much. This is Mr. Mazen from English department. If you have any question, you can see me in the class, and you can see me in the teacher's room, or you can see any other grade 7 teachers who are Mus'ab and Adil and Mr. Samir. Thank you very much. See you inshallah next time.